December 18th, 1944. The Ardennes forest, near the Belgian border. The cold isn't just a temperature, it is a physical weight, pressing down through the woolen tunics and greatcoats of the men huddled in the back of the SDKFZ 251 half-track. It bites through leather jackboots and numbs fingers wrapped tight around the stamped steel of MP-40 submachine guns. Above, the sky is a claustrophobic sheet of lead gray, hanging so low it feels as if it might snag on the tips of the snow-heavy pines. Obergefreiter Lukas Müller shifts his weight, trying to find a position that eases the cramping in his empty stomach. Beside him, young recruit Gunther stares blankly at the metal floor, his face a mask of soot and exhaustion. They are the spearhead of Unternehmen Wacht am Rhein, Operation Watch on the Rhine, the last great gamble of the Third Reich. But right now, they don't look like the masters of Europe. They look like ghosts haunting a frozen graveyard. "Stop fidgeting, Lukas," grunts Feldwebel Koros, sitting near the rear hatch. Koros is an old hand, a veteran of the Eastern Front. He knows how to conserve energy. He knows that shivering burns calories they simply do not possess. "It's the vibration, Feldwebel," Lukas lies, his voice raspy. "It shakes the bones." It isn't the vibration, it is the hunger. It has been 3 days since the offensive began, tearing a hole through the thin American lines, but the supply trucks are miles behind, stuck in the nightmare of mud and snow on the narrow logging roads. The Wehrmacht and the Waffen-SS have punched forward on adrenaline and pervitin, but their fuel tanks are running on fumes, and their bellies are empty. The convoy grinds to a halt. The sudden silence of the Maybach engine is deafening, filled instantly by the muffled crunch of boots on snow and the distant thumping rhythm of an 88mm flak gun firing somewhere to the north. "Dismount! Spread out!" The order comes down the line, shouted by a lieutenant whose voice cracks with stress. Lukas vaults over the side, his boots sinking 6 inches into the powder. The air smells of pine needles and unburnt diesel. They're approaching a crossroads, a vital artery for the American retreat. The intelligence reports, often optimistic to the point of delusion, claimed they would be dining in Antwerp by now. Instead, they are scavenging cigarettes from dead GIs in the snow. "Movement ahead," Gunther whispers, raising his Carabiner 98K rifle. Through the mist, the shapes materialize. Not tanks, but soft targets. It is a small American convoy, 2 Willys Jeeps and a 2.5-ton cargo truck, skidding slightly as they try to navigate the icy bend. They're driving blacked out, engines whining in low gear. Lukas feels a spike of adrenaline that momentarily suppresses the hunger. This is it, not for the strategic value of the crossroads, but for what lies inside those canvas-covered truck beds. Every German soldier knows the rumor. The Americans are rich. They have cigarettes that taste like tobacco, not dried weeds. They have socks that are dry. They have rations that come in tins, not paper-wrapped sawdust. "Wait for the signal," Koros hisses, steadying his MG-42 on a low branch. The lead jeep passes their position, the driver hunched over the wheel, unaware that 20 barrels are tracking his movement from the tree line. When the truck enters the kill zone, Koros cleases the trigger. Zip, zip, zip! The rip of the machine gun shatters the stillness. Tracers slash through the gray twilight, tearing into the engine block of the truck. Steam and smoke erupt instantly. The lead jeep swerves, crashing into a ditch, while the rear jeep tries to reverse, its tires spinning uselessly on the ice before stalling. "Feuer frei!" Lukas opens up, firing short, controlled bursts at the truck's cab. The engagement is brutal and short. The American drivers and escorts bail out, returning sporadic fire with M1 Garands, the distinctive ping of their empty clips echoing through the trees. But they are outnumbered and outgunned. Within 2 minutes, the surviving Americans are melting into the deep woods, leaving their vehicles idling and steaming on the road. Silence returns, heavier than before. "Check the perimeter," the lieutenant screams, but his eyes are already fixed on the truck. Lucas moves forward, his boots crunching loudly. He steps past the body of an American driver, barely glancing down. The dead are just scenery now. The living are focused on survival. He reaches the cargo truck. The canvas flap on the back is tied down. He draws his bayonet, his hands shaking slightly, not from the cold, but from anticipation. Koros is right beside him. "Open it up, Lucas. Let's see if the armies brought us lunch." Lucas slashes the canvas. The fabric parts with a rip. He climbs up onto the tailgate, the smell of canvas and grease hitting him. Inside, crates are stacked floor to ceiling, but these aren't ammunition crates. They aren't fuel jerry cans. He pries the lid off the nearest wooden box. His breath catches in his throat. Inside, nestled in wax paper and straw packing, are circular tins. He grabs one, the metal cold against his palm. He reads the English script stamped on the side, struggling with the translation for a second before the graphics make it clear. It isn't just food, it's a bakery. "What is it?" Koros asks from the ground, looking up with sunken eyes. Lucas stares at the tin. He pulls the tab. The vacuum seal hisses, releasing an aroma that has no business existing in this frozen hellscape. It smells of sugar, butter, and cocoa. It smells like a childhood they have all forgotten. "It's cake," Lucas whispers, looking back at his squad. "Chocolate cake, fresh." He looks deeper into the truck. There are hundreds of them. Not hardtack, not dehydrated survival rations. Fresh chocolate cakes, baked in the United States, shipped across the Atlantic, driven across France, and delivered to the front lines, all so an American soldier could have a taste of home for Christmas. Lucas looks at the slice of bread in his own bread bag, molded, hard as a rock, and 3 weeks old. He looks at the fresh cake in his hand. The hunger in his stomach turns into something else, a cold, sinking dread.